All right. Hey there, Facebook. Hey there, YouTube. Everybody, whoever's watching, then thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this later on after the live has ended, then quick little disclaimer. It's not live. This is live, but it's 8:18 right now. But if you're watching this not at 8:18, then either fast forward to where we are live or take this with a grain of salt because things are going to be changing throughout the day today. But at 8:18, where we're starting this live right now, check it out. This is what we're looking at. Lake effect snow. We had a widespread band of some snow that rolled through overnight last night. Widespread through yesterday afternoon and evening when that rain changed over to snow. That is all essentially gone now. It's on the ground, and now it's lake effect. You're going to see these squalls, these little streamers. You see these little lanes, these little bands of snow. They're a few miles wide, but they stretch inland, a couple counties, a county and a half. You got another one right here. This is stretching through Erie County. Erie's at a level 3 snow emergency. We get level 1s and 2s pretty often. We rarely get a level 3. Level 3 means unless you're an emergency worker, law enforcement, anything like that, you have to stay off the roads. It's under the potential to be arrested if you're out on those roads in Erie County. So just be extremely careful. Again, level 3 road snow emergency is a big deal. The reason is because of all the snow. Really quickly, I got to do a quick Good Morning America cut-in. I'm going to simulcast most of this. So kind of bear with me for a second. But we're going to do both of these really quickly. There's a lot going on, a lot of moving parts. I'm just going to queue up a graphic for that. Here we go. Thanks a lot, Ginger. We're talking about some big-time snowfall. The widespread snow's gone, but the lake effect snow is still cranking. I've got a couple bands of it still rolling through. Big-time impacts on the roads this morning, and things will continue. I'm not expecting this to shut down for at least another few hours for the west side. East side, you see it shut down this afternoon. What doesn't shut down is the cold. Temperatures stuck in the teens, wind chills near zero all day long. Bundle up. Stay safe. All right, let's get back into it. Back into the radar. That's done. That was a quick little 30-second little hit. In 5 minutes here, I've got another little segment here on Good Morning Cleveland, Good Morning America, or whatever, that we're going to have to do as well. But in the meantime, let's talk about this. What are you doing? What are you seeing? I can pop up your comments over here. I think I can. Yeah, we got some comments over here. Dennis, you're welcome. You're very welcome. We can show your comments right on the screen right there. So Dennis L. Wyant, you're welcome, man. I appreciate it. Like it, share it, follow, all that good stuff. Let's get into it. Heavy stuff, rolling around. This is the trend, has been the trend, setting up all night. I want to start off on the west side. I'm going to show you what's happened since all of this transitioned overnight. Oh, having some issues. Check this out. 12 hours ago, it was a widespread swath of snow. Widespread. It's called synoptic snow. It's the whole region. That wrapped up, that low slid out. Goodbye. Right on the heels of it, almost instantly, you see that set up, that lake effect. That snow gets out of here. This lake effect screams in here with that wind. That was by 5 o'clock. I noticed that setting up by 3 o'clock this morning, and that's why we kind of changed, kind of went ahead with our news plan. Recently, inland, you got a lot better, but you still got that squall right there that will shut down probably closer to midday. Then you got this one right here that's just going to kind of rotate its way up as well. So big-time snowfalls. Big-time snowfall this morning. If you're wondering where you are as far as snowfall is concerned, we got about 2 to 4 by midnight, by the time that synoptic snow was done as expected. 2 to 4, maybe 5 in a couple spots. What's happened since? Overnight, that lake effect set up, and that's what we're adding on. I told you yesterday we're going to add additional snow with some lake effect where that sets up. That's why the numbers this morning seem so inflated, because you got to remember, we added snow. We added snow to that forecast when we started talking about adding the lake effect into it as well. So I can show you the map that I posted yesterday This is actually what was expected. Remember, I drew this. I posted it on my Facebook page, and this is basically what I drew for Wednesday's snow. But they're about midnight. It says through Wednesday. This is pretty much what we got. Remember that rain changed over to snow? We got a couple inches, few inches. Now we're adding the lake effect snow to the end of that. And that's what we're talking about. The numbers we're seeing now. That's your 5 to 8. Drifts are going to be higher. You're going to see some 12-inch drifts, even 1.5 drifts in spots, but that's just because it is so windy out there. Areas where you're seeing snowfall, where it's not measuring in the drift, you're probably through the end of the day, you're going to have about a foot, maybe a little bit more in some spots, 6 to 10 plus in that pink zone. 5 to 8 in the purple you're seeing here, and that does include like Elyria, Lorain, Medina. Akron, probably not. That line can probably lift a little bit farther out of here. We'll shift that. Akron's not going to get 5 inches, but you got 2 or 3 already from the stuff we had overnight. A little bit of lake effect trying to fade away. You might get into that 4-inch range before the middle part of the day today. South of that, less snow. Again, I can show you the radar right now. It's looking okay if you're inland. But that's why Akron is kind of on that cusp. You see how this this right here, how it fades away once it gets closer to Summit County? That's why Akron was kind of in that area. Why I drew that, included parts of Akron, parts of northern Summit County into that 5+ range. That's because of that snow. It's just fading away just before. We might be able to trim that back a little bit. Linda, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Lots of snow in Norwalk. Yeah, absolutely. So in Norwalk, you're on that band, and that's again Erie, Huron counties. Erie County got smacked with a lot of snow overnight. I'll zoom in on it for you. The widespread stuff shut down, but you're still on the backside as these winds are kind of wrapping around the backside of it. You can see it just pushing, right? You can see it just fueling that. There's Norwalk, Milan, still some pretty good snowfall. Probably not going to get a whole lot more today, Linda, in Norwalk, but yeah, you've got some more snow. Just left Elkhart, Indiana. I love that water tower. You can see from the turnpike there. Other northern cities, it got to -11. Yes, so the wind. Selena's talking about the wind, the temperatures, and the big time issues. So wind chill this morning, we're below 0. Paula, how far are we out from this? Pretty close. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, go for it. Sorry, got distracted. In my ear here is our producer and director and producers. I said that backwards. Paula is directing the show. So she's trying to tune in signals from Caitlin, who's out riding around. She's driving around a traffic tracker. If you want to see her report, I can't show it to you here. We can't hear it. I can show it to you. We can look at it, but we can't hear it from here. You'll have to turn on your TV or check out news5cleveland.com and look at the live stream there. But she's going to be doing a report talking about all the accidents and everything that's going on. And then she's going to toss in here to me. So I do have to be a little bit quiet right now. And I'm essentially just going to tell them everything I've been telling you, but in about 30 seconds to a minute. That's why we created this whole thing, just so we can have time, we can explain stuff, we can get into it. Yeah, thanks a lot. Good work this morning. Be safe out there. Those roads are an absolute mess. I just drove in from the east side rather, from Willoughby, where I was live earlier this morning. Got back to the station, and there's accidents all over the place. There's low visibility all over the place, and it's all because of like this squall right here coming in from the east side. Far west side, though, you're not escaping it. Check this out. From Sandusky through Erie County, which is at a level 3, all the way through Lorain into Medina County. This is it's just fading away once you get to that 71 corridor. But there's bursts like this that we've been trying to talk about for the last couple of days, right? So as far as numbers are concerned, if you're wondering how much more snow we're going to get, well, by the end of today, we're looking at a good 5 to 8 for a lot of areas. You're going to see drifts. I'm going to be real. You're going to see drifts that are 1.5 feet, maybe even 2 feet in some spots. But the actual snowfall is going to be about 6 to 10 inches once you're into that pink area. Less if you're a little bit farther inland, probably closer to 3 or 4 for Akron, might be closer to 5 because that lake effect snow is trying to fade away. Either way, snow. It's still crazy cold outside, temps in the teens, and they stay that way all day. Wind chills below 0. All right, so that was a quick little good little News 5 cut-in we had to do. I've got another few minutes here before we got to do something like that. Pat, absolutely, thank you. Yeah, definitely warmer. At least 14 inches in Chardon. Be careful. I don't know that 14 inches, and I'll show you why. That might be a drift that you're measuring, just because Chardon, honestly, let's go back. We'll take it back even more, 24 hours. Chardon got that transition from rain over to snow. There it is, 5 o'clock, so just after sunset. Here's Chardon up here in Geauga County. Had some pretty good snowfall, some pretty dark purples in there. There's a good burst right there that rolled through just before midnight. Then after that, it hasn't been a whole lot. Chardon hasn't had a whole lot of extra snow. So you're probably less than 14 that has fallen, but you're probably measuring a drift, which is a huge thing that we're going to see throughout the day today because winds are strong. And you're going to get some big-time drifts and blowing snow, which is even worse, even worse. All right, schools closed in Medina. Terry, absolutely. When can we expect the snow to stop? Jay's asking the snow to stop in Medina. Well, Terry just said schools closed in Medina. Schools closed in most spots. There's not a lot of folks going to school today. But yeah, so when can we expect it to stop in Medina? Probably right around midday, and I can show you that. Check this out. Things are going to be changing. Things are going to be shifting up by midday. Winds are going to start to push this out of here. Check this out. Check this out here. This is 9 o'clock, so within the next couple hours, and it's this model we don't typically use very often. I'm getting in the weeds a little bit here, but this model is kind of a little wonky sometimes, but it is nailing this forecast today. There's that band. There's this band. Whenever a model can pick up on that, we'll take it. Well, it shuts it down. Here's midday, early afternoon. See it just shut down. There's your northwest winds, but it's going to shift their wind direction a little bit. Now it's more west-northwest. It's going to push this onto the east side. So I think by around midday, a lot of the areas west of 77 really shut down. Of course, west of 71 shut down a little bit sooner. And then let me actually roll this back just a little bit farther so we can see a little better idea of when this will shut down for our east siders. I can pop back. It's probably around 4 or 5 o'clock. Yeah, there's 5 o'clock, and there's not a lot left over. So that's it. I mean, it's shutting down today. It does come back tomorrow. I've got another clipper that's going to come back in here tomorrow. I can show you that. We'll just slide through the nighttime hours, which is just fine. There you go. There's tomorrow morning, another round of some pretty good snowfall. Temps in the mid-20s, which is pretty good for snowfall development, meaning like bigger snowflakes. It's probably going to pile up, probably a trace to 2 or 3 tomorrow, area-wide, not lake effect, area-wide with all that. Snow hasn't stopped in Middleburg Heights. You are absolutely right. It is going to continue to go on through. Lisa, awesome. It's on the top of a picnic table, so it's elevated. All right. Measured it at the lowest point with a yardstick. It was 13.5 inches. Nice. Good stuff. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Willowick to Berea. I just drove from Willoughby, Pixie. I just drove from Willoughby to downtown Cleveland. It was slow. It's going to be slow. It's going to be slow everywhere. Roads are going to be snow covered. Let me pop on some. I can pop some ODOT cameras on here and show you what it looks like outside. It's not great. It's not great anywhere. This is essentially Northern Ohio in January, right? So you've got a couple lanes. Ooh, that's interesting. That right there? That's from the wind. A gust blows some snow right back on, covers up those tire tracks. That is 480 at Granger. So that's that blowing and drifting snow that I was talking about. Blowing it right back on the street. This is 480 at West 130th. Not looking too bad there. I want to show you. I can't show you. I can't show you that because Caitlin's logged into it right now. But we can keep an eye on this, though. You can see that some of these roads or some of these lanes out here, whenever you switch lanes, that's when things get real hairy. When your tires are on the pavement, you're fine. But whenever you try to switch lanes over, you get into that slush, that's when you get some big concerns. So you got to be careful this morning. Wow, YouTube comments are piling in now. Whiteout in Manaway. So what a whiteout is when you just can't see anything, right? Heavy snow. Manaway looks like it's fading just as it gets to you, but yeah, some heavy snow coming your way. That's just near like Route 44. There it is. Manaway just popped in there. So yeah, big time snow. What about Portage County, Zen? Man, I'm trying to catch up on some of the YouTube comments. All right, so Portage County, less snow, a little bit farther inland, less snow, but still a couple more inches throughout the day today. What about Trumbull and Warren? Main roads being plowed. Accumulation is about 3 inches. Heavy snow, but nothing major in the books. And yeah, so you haven't really gotten in on Trumbull and Warren. You haven't really gotten in on like a lot of the lake effect. It's a northwest wind, so it doesn't necessarily support like one big, huge band of snow that's just going to dump on like the snow belt. It spreads it out a little bit, which also means it doesn't quite make it as far inland. So as far as like Warren is concerned, here we go. See how it kind of fades away before it gets totally to you. So yeah, you're about 3 inches is probably very accurate. A lot of drifts on the farm with the farmland. Yeah. So good stuff. Norwalk about 8 inches. Okay, I believe that 100% because you've been stuck under. You got that 2 to 4 by midnight, and then Norwalk has been stuck under that lake effect squall all night. I mean, that's where it started setting up earlier this morning, and that's where, I mean, that's actually got a report from a buddy. It was 4.5 inches in Oberlin, Wellington, LaGrange area at like 3 o'clock this morning. That was at 4.5, 5 inches, and then more, and then more, and then more. So it's been a mess. It's been an absolute mess. Yeah, Michael, getting slammed. Mayfield Heights for sure. That's why there's nobody in school. Zen, you're welcome. LG Sanderson, LGD Sanderson, you're absolutely welcome as well. That's the best part about this. It's great, right? We can go back and forth. You can ask questions. We can communicate. I love it. I love it. You got a couple hundred people watching in here with you, so you're not alone. Don't feel shy. Don't feel don't hesitate to say where you're from, what you're seeing, and where we're at. We're getting through all this. Stephanie, right on cue. Ready for this? When would the best time to travel if commuting from Lakewood to Akron? Give it some time. Not this morning. Lakewood to Akron. It's much better once you get closer to Akron, but Lakewood is a mess all the way down like 77 through like Brecksville. Be extremely careful. I would wait as far as when the best time to do that. I would say afternoon. Give it until at least noon. Let this stuff settle down, and then you can get in on it. Then you can get out on the streets. Give those plows some time. Southington roads are bad. Roads are a mess in Medina. Yeah, Kellyfish. All my neighbors, this is going to be a thing. This is going to be a thing. All my neighbors' snow drifted into my yard in Concord. The wind is so strong. I was out in it this morning for a few hours. Reporting live on Good Morning Cleveland. Brutal. I know when I was bundled up, I had layers on, I had my coveralls and everything on, gloves, thick gloves. But like my nose, my ears were getting cold in that mess. Getting cold. All right. So I caught up. So I raced through those. I raced through those comments so I can catch back up, so we can talk about what's going on the rest of the day today. And I want to show you why whoa, here we go, 480 at 130th. Look at it coming down now. A burst coming down. We can watch it. This is Caitlin using one of her ODOT cameras. She's probably got an accident somewhere, and she wants to show you. This is in about. We probably have like 15 minutes before we have another cut in from her. Let's talk to her. Let's talk to her real quick. I can pull her up and then we can speakerphone her. Just text her, make sure she's in an area where she can do that. 71 to 303. Man, so we had the rain yesterday. That rain transitioned over to snow. It's frozen solid. There's a sheet of ice underneath the snow, and that's what I was seeing this morning in the parking lots. LGD Sanderson, I hate to ask this, but I'm 79. Could you ask anyone in Norwalk that I need help blowing the snow out of my driveway? 143 fairway. I just did. You just did. Hopefully somebody answers that. That would be nice. That's how we get through this. That's Northern Ohio for you right there. That's how we get through this stuff. All right, let's call Caitlin real quick.
Hey, Trent.
Hey, what's going on? You're on speakerphone on the stream. I'm looking at your ODOT cameras.
Okay, I'm turning it back right now. I was just checking out 71 since we didn't really make it there this morning. So I'm turning it back to 480 because this was the camera I think you were looking for, because there was something coming through right there. But for the most part, our roads are looking, I mean, accident-wise, look a lot better, but still you have that snow coming down. A lot of the roads are just slush no matter where you're headed. This morning, Akron was looking a lot better, like on State Route 8, the more you got in there, but the roads were still wet and people were still crashing, sliding out, all of that. So you still gotta be careful no matter where you're traveling this morning, but stuff is clearing up. That stuff on 90 eastbound's clearing up. 77, they're trying to clear up that stuff on north and south. It's like right past like Gent Road, like before you get to 271.
Yeah.
But still a lot of issues no matter where. I know I've been watching the live stream. I think no matter where you're headed, it's going to be a little messy. I would say Akron's a better bet though if you're trying to just travel in that area.
It's everywhere. Oh, I turned in. I got your camera on now. I patched into. This looks weird. Can you let me turn this around because you're next to me on the wall here.
I'm not even watching right now. I'm watching my camera.
Yeah. I just looked at it. I just saw what it is. Let's go back to the ODOT cameras. You doing all right this morning? You guys driving around? Oh, you're sitting there now, but.
Well, yeah, we're sitting. There's been, I think, something hit like a gas line over here in Cleveland. We're going to talk about this in the upcoming cut-in at like 8:56. So they have a portion, I think. Let me double check my notes here.
Okay.
I think they're going to talk about it just so people know not to go here. It's Maywood Avenue, right between West 88th to West 90th. They have that area closed off. They have a high pressure gas line, so they're working to shut off the gas, and or it's been shut off. Mike Harris is just coming back in from the cold and telling me so.
Okay, cool. Well, that's good. That's progress.
Mm-hmm.
That's progress. All right, good stuff. Caitlin, thank you. We'll talk to you again in like 15 minutes on GMA.
All right.
Awesome. See ya. She's so busy. She's so good. She's great. She's fantastic. I have another phone call. You guys ready for this? I have another phone call with WAKR, Ray Horner. If you guys listen to the radio, listen to WAKR. He's going to call me at like 8:48, so in about 5 minutes here. You guys can hear that as well. Isn't this behind-the-scenes stream just the best? All right, let's get back into it. Lynn, yeah. Thanks for telling me your name. Always the little names are always, you know, the whatever, like the sign-in names are always a little tough to find the actual name. Anyway, that's some big time snow. That's 480. That is, let's see if we can zoom in on it. That's going to be, look at that. Man, I'm listening, Paula. All right, change your Z's up now. So I have a quick Good Morning America cut in. All right, thanks a lot. We're talking about some big-time cold coming here. Brutal cold. Temperatures in the teens, wind chills near zero, plus lake effect snow continuing to be the trend. Most roads are snow covered with heavy snow coming off the lake. That will continue. All right, so that was quick. I had to be quiet for a second. Anyway, what we got? E-Real 713. The 77-480 split. I don't know if Caitlin's still listening. She's probably working right now, but we can. As West 130, there's 480 at West 130th. So this pretty much tells the story. This is 480. So all the way around, all the way along 480, it's looking pretty bad. It's looking pretty bad. What's the snowfall total for Kirtland? So I don't have any official snowfall totals yet. I've got a lot of stuff from some viewers around the area. Let me see if I can pop in here and refresh this. So I have a website, a little link here that gives us some good numbers for what's going on locally. All right. All right. Can I show this? How do I show? This is from the National Weather Service. So these are all vetted reports. They're all official reports, but they haven't been released yet. I think I can show it. I think I can show you. These are some of the numbers. They get a lot of reports a lot sooner than I do, official reports. Let's go for the back to, oh, come on. Last 12 hours. So what we're looking at, we've got, can you guys see that? Can you guys read those? It's kind of tough. So Kirtland, Willoughby-ish, you're into that 3 to, there's Concord at 6.5, so 4 inches in Willoughby. That's what we had where I was earlier this morning. There's your numbers. Your Chardon's at like 7. Some areas, though, you're going to have your 10s, 12s, 13s. Less than that inland for sure. You know, Akron's into that 3 to 4 to maybe 5 inch range. There's a report in Brimfield of about 5. I don't know if you guys can actually see those, but I'm reading them off for you. 5.5 Valley City. Once you get into like the Elyria area, these 6s and 7s and 5s, these are legit. These are definitely realistic numbers. So hopefully that answers your question, Adriana. More fun than Tennessee weather. Well, Tennessee's not there. They're still cold. That's for sure. Oh, my thing's getting blurry. Maybe it's because of this. Let me see if I can. Hey, Paula, are you in there? My green screen's getting funky again. It does it every once in a while. Do you know how to fix that? Yeah. It's the shading, the faders or whatever, just before the next cut in. Okay. Yeah. All right, answering some questions. I'm going to have a phone call here in a second here, but you can hear it. I'm just going to be talking about the weather here. This is going to be mostly for Akron, WAKR with Ray Horner. Quick little, I think I might be live on the radio with him. So as soon as he calls in, I'm going to answer that. Southington's still going to get more snow. Yes, Lisa, Southington will get more snow. You're likely going to get in on at least a couple more inches. You're far enough inland that it shouldn't be the heaviest snow, but it is going to be some pretty good snow. Tennessee wants more snow. Sarah, how long is it supposed to snow for? For the rest of the month, just realistically, not totally, but I'm talking about numbers that are going to be minor each day, but then pile up over the next several days. So when we're looking at when is it going to stop snowing? Today, it should settle down right around midday. If you're west, it'll settle down for the east siders a little bit after that, Sarah. Getting into tomorrow, there's another round of snow coming in, probably a trace to 2, maybe even closer to 3 in some spots. Something to watch is a clipper coming in tomorrow morning. So another shot of snow during the morning drive. So we got to keep a close eye for that. If you're looking to get out today, though, Sarah, this afternoon, especially the farther west you are, and then spreading east, it will improve greatly. How much more for Paynesville? Here we go. I can answer your questions. This is what we'll end up with. Now, again, there's going to be ranges because it's lake effect. It's not all going to be everything. Everybody gets a big blanket. It's going to be in squalls where you get that heavier snow out there, and there's a lot of wind. So there's blowing and drifting and big concerns. So we've got to be careful with it. But so Paynesville, probably going to be into that 8 to 10 inch range there. So just be careful with that. Lorraine for Timothy. You've got about 7 now. Give it a little bit of time. Things should settle down a little bit. All right. So you guys can hear me explain the weather in Akron. Hello. Ray Horner, how's it going? No, absolutely. Anytime. It's been a wild morning. Quite a bit of snow. Okay, thank you. So if you're listening to WAKR, you'll be able to hear this conversation. Man, good morning. You said it. You said it right there. You can really tell when that lake gets woken up. Overnight, the widespread snow shut down and that northwest wind just started cranking, gusting to 30. So we've got several inches of snow on the ground already. And honestly, I don't expect this to shut down. If you're west of 77, probably by around midday. If you're east of 77, give it another few hours. The farther east, the more snow you're going to get with all of this. Probably going to end up with, for Akron, probably closer to like 4 or 5, maybe 6 inches. And then, again, the farther north and east you are, some spots will get over a foot. It's snow covered. It's everywhere snow covered, especially once you get like into northern Summit and southern like Cuyahoga County, even into Lorain County. I mean, there's some big time snow numbers, and the roads, it's just because it's so windy. Ray, it's so cold out there with the wind. It just blows that snow right back onto the road. So the plows go through, but I mean, you're fighting Mother Nature here. So it's going to be a process. Yeah, so you've got that layer of ice. All that rain we had yesterday, midday, early afternoon, that switched over to snow. Well, everything was wet. So you got a layer of ice underneath this blowing, fluffy, blowable snow. It's slick. It's not great out there this morning. Totally, it'll be out of here by the evening drive. I think all the snow's done by the evening drive, but there's another round coming tomorrow, so don't let your guard down. Yes, sir. All right, sorry about that. Real quick, I'm telling you what, we don't just sit here and do TV whenever we're on TV. We are nonstop doing stuff. All right, so in the Heights, way over a foot of snow. Little man, the OG. All right, so you're probably measuring a drift, man. So yeah, it depends on where you are, but there's a lot of blowing and drifting snow out there. So just be safe. Ashtabula County, we got hammered, but what else is new? Yeah, Ashtabula County. It's always Ashtabula County, and you're not done. That snow's going to hang around Ashtabula County even longer, even farther. Yeah, I hear you, Paula. Is Tiffany in here? I hear her voice. Okay. Okay. Tiffany, Caitlin, then me. Awesome. Again, talking with Paula, director extraordinaire. So Tiffany's going to talk about that gas line that Caitlin was telling us about. She's in the other studio on the anchor desk going to talk about that. Then she's going to toss to Caitlin about more traffic concerns. And Caitlin's going to toss to me about when all of this shuts down. So yeah, busy. And we've got about 2 minutes. We've got 2 minutes to get all of that in, which is why I'm streaming on Facebook and YouTube just so we can get some stuff accomplished, right? We can talk about stuff. Give me probably 45 seconds. 30, 45. I know they've got a lot, but 30, 45 is plenty. So producers in there trying to figure out timing with all, like I said, there's only 2 minutes. How are we going to get through all this stuff? Well, it's great that they always ask me how much I need before they make any decisions, because it's important. Weather's important. I am going to go from the radar, because folks at home on TV haven't necessarily seen the radar yet. Look how unorganized that is. Man alive, this is disconnecting. Look at that disconnecting from the lake right there. Still going to be some lake effect snow, but that's starting to show some signs. This is not. That is very connected. That line, that band line, runs all the way probably up into Lake Huron. It's just re-intensifying. That's not shutting down anytime soon. This should, over the next couple of hours, really show some signs of fading. So people at home, like I was saying, haven't seen the radar, haven't seen what's going on. So we're going to go through a quick radar, a quick analysis. I'm going to show how much snow we're going to end the day with. Got to make sure I remind folks that drifting, blowing snow is going to cause some of those reports to be very inflated, but still impactful. Whether or not, I'm not saying that it's not impactful. I'm just saying that those are very impactful drifts. And then I'll show the 7-day, because we all want to know when this is going to shut down. I don't have great news. I don't have great news for us. But I do have some news for us. I think next week, end of next week, might get back to about freezing. I am? Okay. So if you're watching on News 5 on your TV, Tiffany right now is talking about that gas line. Oh, we're back in action. I think we're back in action. Are we? All right, we are. So I think that was a good cue to wrap this up. I mean, we're talking about Snowfall getting on out of here, but looks like my computer is on the struggle bus for right now. So anyway, I've been doing this for about an hour now, about 45 minutes here. We pretty much got everything covered. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram at Trent M. Weather. I can try to show you that. I've got this that I pop on Good Morning Cleveland all the time, all the time. There's all my social medias. I'm at Trent M. Weather for all of that. If you don't follow me, I'd appreciate a follow. Like, it helps you out. It helps me out. Helps everybody out. Give you some information. Lisa, sorry about that. The live shut down for a second, but we're back. The StreamYard computer shut down or something, but we're back now. I got back into it.
Okay, cool. Jody's going to have you go on main here in a second.
Okay.
So, because you're live on all the platforms right now.
Ooh, I was just getting ready to shut it down, but okay.
She just wants you to talk for a bit on main, so that way everybody on the other stuff, on all the other streaming platforms, gets a quick update for a few
On
minutes.
main, on Facebook main?
No, on main, like Apple TV, Roku, all that stuff.
Okay.
Because right now it's just been this other socials.
Okay. So, okay.
I'm going to have someone give you an audio cue once we're actually on main, so that way you can.
And I'm just gonna what's the I'm
Just
just
give a brief synopsis of what to expect.
about
Like an extended cut in.
Gotcha. Okay. I was so confused. So confused. All right, Lisa, we're back. Pollock, are you still in there? Before we do this thing, I think they're gonna take this to like Roku and all that stuff. Main. You don't see the fuzz? We get it every once in a while. It's like it's okay. Well, then it's just on my end. Then it's fine. Yeah, it's just the green one. It's just the shaders. It's the shaders. We fixed it before. It's fine. It's not a big deal. All right. So if this is what we got here, where's the live? At least we got that all squared away. So we're back on live. Still several people on here. What I was saying was, so what Drew, one of our okay. All right, hey there, everybody. We are talking about a lot of snow. I mean, this is the story. This has been the trend. We've been telling you about this for the last couple of days. I mentioned it last week, the end of last week, talking about how we've got to break out the shovels coming up next week, which is this week. Widespread snow. We had the rain changing over to snow yesterday. That dropped a widespread like 2 to 4, maybe 5. That has gone, and now we've got lake effect. That's taken over very quickly. Almost a complete automatic, immediate switch over. Now, it's not a widespread snow. It's a lake effect snow. This is what I'm watching. I'm watching a couple bands like this, stretching from Cleveland through Solon. Big time snow numbers along that 271 corridor, 422, heading over toward like Parkman. You're going to see some numbers that by the end of the day are going to be around a foot of snow. North of that, Chardon up into like even Ashtabula County. It doesn't show up well, but there's still some pretty good snowfall. This is also some good snowfall through Menor, through Lake and northern Geauga County. What I really want to point out, though, I'm going to zoom in on this for you. On the west side, this is Sandusky, Erie County, level 3 road emergency. That's pretty rare. We get them, but it's pretty rare. That means only emergency vehicles out on the roads. That's because of this band right here. Had that widespread snow after the widespread rain. So you've got ice, then you got a couple inches of snow, and then you've had several inches of snow, very dry, blowable snow that when you try to plow it off the roads, the wind, that northwest wind, just blows it right back on and blankets those streets. So you've got some big time concerns as far as road and travel and just safety is all those concerns, as long as that's kind of getting taken into account for. Oberlin, Wellington, I can actually zoom in on some of this, show you where some of the heavier snowfall is. And Lorain County has just been getting hammered with this heavy snow. North of Wellington through Pittsfield, just south of Oberlin, that squall right there, all the way to what? Litchfield into Medina County. That's some big. Mallet Creek, Medina, all the way into like just north of Lodi, Seville. That is some pretty heavy snowfall. It's less organized once you get into northern Lorain, western Cuyahoga County. There's still some good bursts. I mean, that's still a pretty good little squall right there from Lorain all the way into Fields, all the way like into North Ridgeville area. There's Grafton, Strongsville. You're on the edge of it. You're kind of on the end of it. But North Olmsted, Fields, Vincent, Avon is in that. But there's that big heavy burst of some snow right there. I'll continue this little tour onto the east side. Look at some of, here we go. I want to pause this. I'm going to manually drag this back a little bit. There, you see that darker blue that tries to pop in there just near there. That darker blue right next to me right there. That is some big time snowfall. That's some heavy snow. Heavy snow. Anytime we can get that dark blue, right, kind of mixing in with that squall line right there. Man, that is some heavy snow. Your visibility is going to be near zero. You're going to have snow-covered roads. You're going to have other folks out on the roads. You've got some big concerns as you head out on the roads this morning. Less snow a little bit farther to the east. Once you get up into like Ashtabula County, it's still snowing. You still got lake effect snow still cranking for Ashtabula, but a little less organized because it is a northwest wind. It's not necessarily a west wind straight on through. So something to keep a close eye on. All right, I can pop back over here. I can walk you through the forecast. We can show you what we have going on. I do want to show you some ODOT cameras right now because if you're watching this live, you want to know what it looks like outside, right? Well, this is what it looks like. This is 77 at 480. You can see the lanes. It's not terrible. I know we had a question earlier asking about if it's terrible, 77 at 480. That whole interchange, it's slick. Don't get me wrong. It is absolutely slick. There's snow-covered roads. You've got some tire tracks in it for sure. But things are looking better right there. Still a lot of snow. I can show you another camera. This has been the trend. This has been the trend for most of it. This is 480 at West 130th. So looking west, looking into the snow. Look at that. There's tire tracks. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock in the morning right now. Morning commute's over. Plows usually do a run now and just clean off the roads, but there's still some snow out there. Ooh, and look at this. Those on-ramps, off-ramps look very similar. So they're going to be slick. So you're coming off those interstates, hopping off that slush, over the slush between the lanes right there, and then into a pretty rough off-ramp as well. So be careful. Somebody might have gotten little emergency lights right there. Hopefully everything's okay right there. So that's really, we're just talking about more and more snow. This is going to be the trend for today. I can pop on your silo cam that we have right here in our backyard. We've got a big silo full of all of our transmit equipment in our back parking lot looking toward CSU right here. And visibility this is like probably like a half mile away. You can see visibility is not bad right here downtown, but you get out on those roads, you get slush flying around, flying off other cars' tires, you get some concerns. All in addition to temps right now. I mean, it's 13. It's 13 degrees right now in Cleveland. It's 9 in Mansfield. Brutal cold. Brutal cold. When you factor in the wind, you ready for this? Below zero. Not just a couple degrees. 4, 5, 6 degrees below zero in spots. So yes, notice the direction of that wind. But as we go through about midday, we're going to see this all starting to shift just a little bit, and we'll see more in the way of that lake effect snow shutting down on the west side. Now, that being said, temperatures aren't going anywhere. We stay cold. We stay brutal. I mean, it's wind chills near zero, if not below zero, and temperatures in the teens. That's all day. I know kids are out of school. I know we're out. We're trying to find some fun. Make sure you've got the layers. Make sure you've got all the layers you need to stay safe in this stuff. Frostbite becomes a thing. Your hands go numb. You can't feel them. They turn red. They start to hurt. We've all been there. Make sure you're paying attention to the little kids also. Man, Miles does it all the time. You cold? Hands cold? How are they feeling? I'm good. All of a sudden, tears. Hands hurt. Well, yeah, man. Let's go inside. It happens. We've all been there. The widespread snow, though, has shut down. This is lake effect. You can see it coming off Lake Huron, sliding through. There's another little chunk coming off of Huron also that's hitting our west siders. Whenever this starts to shut down over Lake Michigan, it's a north wind. Whenever we see that start to shift directions a little bit, then we'll know our stuff's going to start to shift directions also, a little bit delayed. But this is it. There's your big time snowfall on the west side. There's your unorganized but still big-time snowfall on the east side, Cleveland to Ashtabula. Today's going to be a day for sure. This model here has been doing a great job. It's thinking we're going to warm up a little too warm, but it's still cold, warming up to 18, right? Well, here's the lake effect snow. Should shut down. Right around midday, we'll notice the winds shift directions. West side should get a break after that. By the evening commute, the west siders, your roads should look so much better. As soon as the snow stops, it takes one plow. I know it's still going to be windy, but things should look much better as soon as that snow shuts down. East side, you're still going to have snow. That's until about the evening drive. Here's dinner time. This evening should be good. It'll be incredibly cold. Single digits, low teens, like wind chills well below zero. It's going to be cold. But winds, look at that, west wind at 15. It shuts all that down. Tomorrow, it's a southwest wind. Should get us back to about 30, maybe 32 degrees. But early in the morning, before we can see 30 or 32, I've got snowflakes coming back. I've got widespread. It's another clipper. It's in and out. These clippers usually give us like 1 to 3. And that's going to be essentially what this gives us, like 2 or 3 inches before it gets in and gets out of here. There's another one coming for Saturday, another one coming for Sunday or Monday. Days out, they're going to change timing for sure. They're just quick little systems. But what I'm getting at is several more shots at snow, which is the concern. All right, so potential snowfall through today. Let me get my train of thought back under me here. 6 to 10. Some spots already have 8, 9, or 10 inches. 6 to 10 for most spots. Most spots that are in that pink, probably a foot or so by 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon when it really starts to shut down if you're up into like Geauga or Ashtabula County. Things will start to taper off. It's 9 o'clock. By 11, 12, 1 o'clock, midday, this will start to taper off. But you're already at 5, 6, 7 inches in spots. It'd be easy to get another inch or so in a lot of these areas. This purple may need to be expanded to include like Norwalk, because that band right there is really dropping down some pretty good snowfall. Could probably drop it down there and then lift it over Akron a little bit as far as that purple is concerned. Again, I draw all these maps. We work as a whole team. We draw all these maps so we can edit them. We don't just use the models. We look at the trends. We look at what's going on, and we kind of go from there. As far as the rest of the next 7 days, doesn't look much better. There's your almost 32 tomorrow. Your scattered snowfall mainly early. Trace to 2 or 3 with that because we're going to be warming things up. I think it's a little bit slushier and it compacts a little bit more. But the earlier it comes in, the fluffier it is. And that's the issue with this morning. It's so cold. The snow it doesn't pack down. It just kind of sits on top itself and just loads up. And that's why we're getting so much. 29 Saturday, 19 Sunday. So this quick little clipper that rolls through Saturday drops our temps Sunday. Lake effect Sunday, Monday, including Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Nobody's in school. A lot of businesses are going to be closed down. There's still a lot of stuff to do. Just make sure you're extremely careful. I think the Science Center is free. Stuff like that around Cleveland. Always fun stuff to do. Get there early because it gets packed. And then the cold is just relentless. Let me get this. There. Now you can see Wednesday. It's 30 degrees. That's one of our warmer days. Between tomorrow and Wednesday, we get back to about 30. But there's still a shot at snow. So this pattern, it's here. It's back. It was here in December. It's back again. So you're watching this everywhere, right? So we're watching this all over the place, all over the apps, all over Roku, on YouTube, on Facebook. There's a ton of spots that we're actually kind of sharing all of this information. If you want to find a place to get that information when we're not streaming right now, my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter, always a good place to be, always a good place. You can ask questions all the time. I'm at Trent M. Weather. That's where I'm at. I've been talking about this snow for about a week now. There's been a lot of stuff people talking about, ridiculous numbers that obviously aren't happening, right? Honesty is where it comes from, is where it all comes out of. So that's all I'll say about that. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Trenton Weather. That's where you can find me. If you have any questions, hit me up there. All right, be safe today, guys.